Are you and Logan just like hyping up like a potential fight?
No. No, we're not. That's what people think. They're like, oh, they're just
That's what
marketing
I
to
thought.
us
I
to
don't think
fight.
you were, yeah.
No. But definitely just like we've had our crazy like run in this game together as brothers and have had a lot of like ups and downs together, and unfortunately sometimes have disagreements and arguments and such. And yeah, he decided to put that podcast out, but
Is it weird? Is it weird for you when something like that happens now, and like you're so used to being the bad guy, and then like everyone pretty much just takes your side, and you're like the good guy?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's weird. I think people have like misconstrued
Not
me.
just that, but I'm saying like you've been like you were always hated before, and now it's like when something like that happens, it's like Jake Paul's the good guy.
Yeah, it was
Does that
weird.
feel,
It's
like,
a weird
different?
turn of events for sure, because I've never. People just look at you like how the rest of the world looks at you. So it was weird for the first time after a decade of me feeling like this good guy and good person and continually trying to show that, but like people just didn't give a fuck. Then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like overnight, people were like, "Oh, look at him. He's like such a good person or brother or whatever it is." So, but I also don't like it. That's why I told Logan not to put out the podcast, because I was like,
Why would you want to
regardless,
put it out?
I don't know. I think it was one of those things where it's kind of like exactly what happened here, where we like
He just
started
might not
talking
think-
about it.
Yeah,
We started talking about it, and then it became like the whole podcast.
right.
And there was like a lot of shit that was actually like cut out. But I just told him not to post it because I'm like, regardless, this makes us both look bad. Like I don't want to show the world that I'm arguing with my brother about this shit. Like this shit should be handled behind closed doors. But at the end of the day, it's like it is what it is. And we've lived our whole lives in this, under a microscope, everyone watching. So we're kind of like accustomed to it. And I think with him, so much is happening, and I feel like you could understand, like you have a podcast, a vlog, you're editing, you're putting out TikToks, you're on business calls, you're checking your investments, you're living your own personal life. And at some point you can't like make proper decisions on like pieces of content that should be put out or not.
Yeah, and I guess it must be tough because, like, yeah, you guys are, like, the only brother duo. Like, I'm sure there's other brothers or other siblings. Well, there is in real life that have, like, arguments or, like, really fucked up relationships.
Yeah.
But people act like those don't even exist. They're just going to target you two.
Yeah, exactly. And they're reprimanding us in certain ways. Like, brothers shouldn't be like this. Be like the Tate brothers. But, like, at the end of the day, that's not always realistic. Like, having a perfect relationship, especially male to male, younger brother to older brother, 2 to 3 years apart, that's like the most competitive it could ever be. And I think there's more commonly bad relationships or tough relationships in those sectors. And ours just happens to be, like I said, under a microscope. And there's definitely things that we both could improve on and want to improve on and have been improving on. But it's really tough when he's also, I look to him not only for inspiration and motivation and all of these things, but we are competitive and we are in all the same industries. And why is it that my biggest sponsor is he has a company of his own in that category? My betting company, his biggest sponsor is a betting company. So like there's all these like weird parallels.
Barstool's done with that shit though now, no?
Yeah.